Hey guys, this is Dave or Excited Kangaroo. I wanted to make a quick video on setting up a server. In this case, we're going to be using Ragnarok, but also going to cover Umasora and Valhalla. We're going to be using our hosting provider, which is CraftAndSurvive, mainly for these reasons here. Um, which are options you don't usually get when going with a hosting provider, which makes them pretty unique and pretty cool in my opinion. This link here is also a affiliate link, so if you guys are going to get a server, go ahead and use this. It's a great way to help out the development of the map while still uh, using something you're already going to purchase anyways. So we're going to basically walk through that. We're also going to set up a mod on there, which is going to be Monster Ark Hunting Evolved, because we've built in support for that map, or sorry, support for that mod in the map. So without anything else, we're going to get started. So here's our main page. You go down here to order a server. I'm going to do USD because I'm in the US. And here is the configuration page. Now, this is where I'm just going to kind of go over really quick all the options here and what they mean for your server. Public player slots is, as you guys know, just how many people you want to have on your server, or at least how many slots you want. Location, basically, if you're in the UK, here you go. EU, here you go. For the US, if you guys are wanting to get a server that has more of a central location, definitely Dallas, Texas is good. Or if it's just for you and your friends, whatever is closest to you, either New York or LA. For me, I'm gonna do Dallas. I'm gonna start. Just go down the list. CPU process priority. So this does make a little bit of a difference. If you're just wanting the best of the best, just get this anyways. If not, and you're kind of wanting to pick and choose of your options, then save your money for further on down the list where it'll be better, more of a benefit to you. Speaking of, so here, this is going to be probably the biggest influence on your server. If you're running the island, this is sufficient. Or any map of similar size. If you're wanting to run, say, Ragnarok or Umasora, you'd probably want to go with the 4 gigahertz option here. These will probably suffice, but if you're planning to have more than like 20 to 30 people on it, then you're going to want to go with this. If you're running Valhalla, you're definitely going to want this, and if anyone's hosted a Valhalla server before, you'll definitely agree with me. The hard drive, I'd probably always recommend going with a solid state. It's a huge boost to server both performance and load times. Performance in the terms of autosaves. The time it takes to actually write that save to the disk hangs the server, and this heavily negates that. Even more so with an M2 SATA or a PCIe SSD. Either of those are good. I'd recommend at least the solid state, and if you're just wanting to get that extra boost, then this guy's great too. Max memory, most of you guys are going to fit right into here, especially if you're already on this link. You're already hosting at least one map, and if I know you guys like your mods, so 10 is a pretty safe bet. 6 gigs is a pretty high roof for what people are doing. Although if you just want to really stack all the mods in there, you can definitely go unlimited. That's up to you guys. So I'm probably just going to go with 4 or 5, the solid state, and then I'm going to do that right there. I'm not going to, actually, no, I'm not going to do that at the moment. And then I'm going to do 100 slots. So $50 a month isn't too bad for all that. Especially this. This is the kicker here. That's the main reason why I chose to go with these guys. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and continue, and I'll meet you guys on the configuration page. Oh, I do want to mention, actually, if you do select this and possibly this, It does take a little bit longer to set up the server. At least that was my experience. I don't know if that's official or not, but so just give it a minute. I think it took mine like an hour, so it wasn't too bad. Where I believe if you pick the 3.2, it is basically instant, because that's the majority of the servers they have. So just as a heads up. Also, I just noticed here I forgot to fill in the how'd you find us field. So down here you can just put either workshop or Ragnarok, Valhalla, Umasora, Exotic Kangaroo, whoever, doesn't matter. And then after that, you can go ahead and hit continue. All right, guys, so we're here at our control panel. I'm going to go over basically three main things. How to download your mods to the server, and how to configure it, and then how to, like, basic troubleshooting if it doesn't work, and then connect to it. I guess 4 things, but yeah, last one doesn't really count. So the first thing we're going to do is download our mods. For this instance, we're going to use Arc Remote, which some of you might be familiar with. We're going to go over installing that on the server, installing it yourself, and then connecting the two together. In the future, the host actually wants to simplify that so you don't have to use Arc Remote, because that's kind of a standard right now. And it's not very convenient to have 2 things you have to open up when you're trying to update or configure your server. So eventually it'll all be consolidated into just the control panel, but for now we're going to use 2 things. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and go to the mod manager here. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we have Arc Remote. We're just going to go ahead and click install on that guy. It's going to take a minute or 2, and then we'll be on our way. Once the window pops up here, we'll just hit next, and it will complete the install. All right, so when that's complete, we get this window here. Basically, it's telling us to go enable it, which we will do now. So we're gonna hit this right here. Will take us back to our main panel page. Just your server name plus the IP up there. And we're going to go to configuration files. And then we're going to go to the config.bat right here. And then in here, you're going to want to make sure Arc Remote is enabled. And then we're just going to save it. We don't have to change anything else right now. Once it's saved, go back to your main panel. And then in order to actually get it to boot up, we do have to start the server. It's not going to really do anything besides just power it on. So go ahead and just hit start. And once that's loaded, it's going to start up Arc Remote and it'll let us connect via our what's called Arc Server Launcher, which is a little confusing, but or conflicting, however you want to say. But that's what we need right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to this in the video description. I'm also gonna put a link to large address aware. This helps this not crash as much. I don't know if this is even being updated anymore. The only thing it's really useful for is pushing updates on a server. Besides that, it's not. That's all you're going to use it for. Let me just. That's all I'm going to say. So basically, install Arc Server Launcher, and let me actually make sure that I'm going to have the same experience for you. So I'm going to delete my my configs really quick. Okay, so it should just pop up. First time. Yep. Okay, great. All right, so go ahead and install that, and then what you're going to want to do is once this is installed, you're going to run a large address aware, and you're going to find the executable. So you're going to basically, wherever you installed or extracted Arc Server Launcher to, you're going to go find that. So in this case, mine is going to be, I believe, I'm not even going to remember where. I'm just going to go location here. Arc, yeah. And then you're going to just basically double click that guy here, and then check that box and hit save. As simple as that. All right, so we're going to launch this guy here. Now, since this technically is my server, I'm not going to go all the way through this next step, but just kind of tell you what's going on. You're going to want to switch in Arc Server Launcher to remote, so you're going to need to type in a server IP, a control port, and a password. To get those, you hit Arc Remote Details right here. And then in here, it will show you your connection info. Once you've typed in all your details and hit connect or next, I forgot what it was, you're going to come to this page here, which is basically going to be the connection info for your server. None of this is really going to matter because, like I said, we don't manage the configuration of the server here. We just upload mods. One thing you will want to do, though, especially if you have multiple servers, is up here on the top, active profile. You're going to want to click on that, and in there, it's going to have your kind of like new profile listed. And you want to click on that and hit save or name it whatever you like. I'm going to do that now myself, but again, it shows my details, so I'm not going to add that. I decided to just to make sure we're on the same page. I just created a new profile. Your details will be listed here along with remote here. You will want to name your profile up here. And I'm just going to do test. And in the bottom left of the screen, hit save. And that's it. So if something ever happens, you still have those details saved. You don't have to go back and like look them up again. They're just there, which is great. And now I'm gonna go back to the previous tab there. All right, so we're back to our previous page. We've saved our profile. What I'm gonna do now is we should be able to just connect right to the server. It is running, so we should be able to see that. Hit connect, and we are. So load remote settings. So just hit load from remote. Again, it's not going to do anything, but it's not that important, but you might as well. What we are going to do is go to mods. All right. So in this page here, we're going to do search for mods. You got to click that button right there. And here we're going to type basically the name of the mod we want to add to our list and then eventually upload to the server. For this example, I'm going to do Ragnarok. It does take a minute. There's a lot of mods on the workshop. I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to do monster for monster arc. It's a little slow. but that's okay. All right, monster arc hunting evolved. Order does not matter in this case. You'll be typing those later. Okay. So, and then to cover the other maps, as far as Valhalla and Umasora goes, it's basically the same steps. You just Umasora or Valhalla, either way. All right, so once you've added those to your list over here, that doesn't mean they're uploaded to the server yet. You still have to upload them to the server. So, or have the server download them more accurately. That's the beauty of this, is the server does the work, you don't. So we're going to basically just click on one of them. We can go through and look at all the details. We're going to hit this install/update button. Now, once you hit that, look down here. It's going to give you a status of what's going on. Oh, I clicked. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Don't click down there. Just look at it. I'm going to hit install update. You can see here starting mod install. And we're going to wait until it says work complete. Okay, mod installed. We're going to go ahead and do the map now. This will take a bit longer. It is a generally a large file, especially if you're doing Valhalla. Let's see. All right, mod installed. Now, what we can do to verify that this worked, and this is one of those troubleshooting steps, is we can go into our control panel here and go to the file manager. We can't connect via FTP. I'm just going to use the file manager right now. We're going to go to expand shooter game. We're going to expand content. And we're going to expand mods. The ones we're looking for are these two right here. You can also click on the folder to get a more detailed view, plus the files. In this case, I want to run it a little lighter, so I'm just going to get rid of these guys. All right, so we have our two mods. You don't have to delete the other ones, but if you want to, you can. All right. I'm going to go back to our, now we've verified those are there. We go back to our our main panel here. And that is actually all we're going to do with our server launcher. Now we're going to go set up the config. So I'm going to pull up the Ragnarok page. Reason I do this in the browser is so we can see the ID right here. This is going to give you the mod ID of the mod you're looking at. So we're going to go to the configuration files, and we're going to go to we're going to do both. We're going to do config first. We're going to go back into config. Main thing here is map settings. I'm going to change this to workshop custom map. And then we're going to paste our map ID in there. We're going to go ahead and save this. Okay, now we're going to go into game user settings to make sure we activate our mod as well. All right. So down here, active mods. I'm going to go ahead and open up Hunting Evolved here, just in a new tab. Here we get their ID. I'm going to paste that right into here. If you do want to add more mods, you can. As this note nicely identifies, you just have to add a comma and then add your next mod and then so on. The first will take priority, and then the next, then the next. For now, I'm just going to do the one. In this same page, you might as well just do it now. You can do your name and your message of the day. Also the duration. So I'm just going to do Ragnarok test. This is a test. Server password, going to do none. Server admin password is going to stay to password. So is spectator. And you can go through here and change stuff if you want. Although I recommend just starting the server first with just this bare minimum. That plus the mods change, because then you can make sure everything works. Don't change a ton of stuff up front. Make sure to save it. Okay. So what we're going to do is go back into our main control panel here. We're going to restart our server, and it will take on all the new settings we've given it. I say restart. I'm going to, just because I don't always like just to restart, I'm going to stop it and then start it again. And while it's going, I am going to log into Steam so we can test everything out. Okay, I've logged into Steam, and this is now starting up. I'm going to check while this is going the startup parameter, just to make sure everything is going okay. Okay, the important part right here, this is just it actually where it's launching it from, and this will change based on where your server is. This is the important part, so we make sure we have our map in there with the proper ID. And it's not going to show our mods in here, but that's the important one right here. All right. This may update, may not. We'll see. There we go. Yeah, I just had to keep that auto refresh on. All right, so let's see. Make sure we're good to go here. Nothing's downloading. Great. So I'm going to take that down here. Okay, all the windows. I'm going to go ahead and hit quick connect. The first time you do this, the server might still be populating itself with dinosaurs. It might disconnect. If it does, then just wait a minute and reconnect again. Okay, this is a test. Here we are in our server here. Ragnarok test up at the top left. Fresh save. Survival name. Dave. Create. All right. My frames might be a little low on the video, and I apologize, but let's see. You're always free to test your logins and everything here. And we've basically verified that the server works. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to cover. Oh, I did want to see if we could do the Monster Hunter mod, just make sure that's working. And we have one guy right here fighting some of the Carnos. Ooh, that's loud. Holy cow. All right. Just find like a good angle to end this on. Maybe like 8 in the morning? No, earlier. Wow, really early. I hope you guys found all that helpful. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask in our support section of the Discord. Since we use these guys as our providers as well, we can provide pretty quick and accurate feedback. Not feedback, but answers to your questions. And I hope you guys have fun gaming on whatever map you picked and the servers.